Alright guys, this is going to be my part 4 video, I think. So I took the screws off of the bottom faceplate, or the bottom cover, to try to get the bottom cover off, thinking I could get to this stuff, but you can't. This is a big piece of molded plastic in here, and everything is contained inside of it. So you can't get to it from the bottom. And the base plate is basically just like what they use to attach everything to, so to speak. So like the transformer there is attached directly to the base plate. This piece is attached directly to the base plate, and then this circuit board system is a whole separate piece that's attached to the base plate and to the back wall. I did figure out how to get the platter out, which is crazy. So on the top of the platter there was this metal ring, and then there was this plastic cover that was over it. So I figured out that you pop the plastic cover off, and then this ring comes out, and then there's these 3 holes. And when looking down in the 3 holes, I noticed there was screws in there. And you could see these 3 screws, and I was like, well, those look pretty permanent. You can't take those out. But then this screw lines up perfectly with the holes. So I tried to take it out, and it doesn't come out. But it's one of these screws with the spring on it. So you put your screwdriver in, and you twist it all the way one direction, and then you lift up on the platter, and the platter comes out. So when you put the platter back in, you put the platter in, you line up the hole, you turn the screw all the way the other way to lock it into place. That's pretty cool. And actually, that's way easier than the system that they decided to go with, where you have to take the whole yoke out. But now you can see what I'm talking about with this motor. See how it wiggles around like that? And it lifts up. It's not supposed to do that, but I did figure out, if you can see through there, so you can see kind of, not really, but anyways, on the SDT200, the motor has these rubber grommets on it to kind of like hinder vibration and whatnot. And on this one, the rubber grommets were either removed or they just disintegrated, one or the other. But the rubber grommets are missing, and that's why it moves around like that. But of course, there's these big, huge C-clips on the bottom that I'm not even going to try to get off, because they look like a nightmare, and I don't want to break one. So I'm just going to let it sit in there like that. And maybe it will work, I don't know. But this is the belt that was in there, as you can see. And this is going to be your sink plates. Looks like there's one on the outside and one on the inside. And then this little gear right here is connected to that big wheel. There's a big wheel on the bottom that connects to the slider. So the slider has a string on it, and the string wraps around these pulleys, and there's another pulley here that actually broke off from inside there. This is the plastic piece that broke off from inside there. So the string wraps around these pulleys, and then it goes under the player, and it wraps around a big wheel connected to this gear, and this gear is connected to the whole entire arm. So when the arm moves forward, it rotates this gear, and the gear makes the string move, and that makes the slider move. I already put the slider. I took the pulley or not the pulley, but I took the string and everything off and put it in a baggie so that it's saved. And I'm just gonna, stick it with the player, because you can't get this back on, so there's no way to fix it. You'd have to 3D print a whole new one of these plastic pieces here, which could be done at some point in the future if somebody really wanted to, but there is no servo belt. There's these two toothed belts. I'm not sure how they work exactly. I see a large gear under the platter that connects to a worm gear that connects to these belts, and that's what moves the arm. So I can't fix this without some extensive stuff that I don't want to do. So I'm just going to kind of clean it up in here a little bit and then put it back together. And I'm going to get this belt put back on. And just put everything back together and see if it works. I don't know. That's all I can do, I guess. All the belts seem to be good. This moves pretty freely. I'm not sure what this would be attached to. Oh, I see. It turns that and rotates that stuff. Interesting. Okay. Alright, well, I guess I'll have one final video once I get this all put back together and see if she works. Thanks.